is in the building.
Man, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Passmaster, here with your picks for the week. Let me go and check and make sure all my stuff is right. Give me 1 second. You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure all the stuff is right. All right, we're looking good on this end. Hey man. So yeah, it's week 8 of the college football season. Man, we're gonna take this stuff out here, man. I gotta be a little bit free, like Denise Williams said, you know what I'm saying? How y'all been, man? How is y'all doing, man? Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You know, you feel free to comment. I can see your comments. I'll post them here on the screen, man. We're gonna have us a good little time in my 30 minutes. I only got 30 minutes with y'all, man. That song y'all heard was Tennessee State University playing Show Enough by the man Tila, you know what I'm saying? Classic. But I don't think y'all saw it. I'm still trying to figure out this whole present screen thing on StreamYard. I'm working on it. Give me some time, a little grace here. So yeah, we doing our third thizzle, and we getting ready to go through the picks of the week. So let's talk about week 8. Oh, before I do that, let me thank y'all Ashley Asses for joining me for week 8 of Past Masters Picks. Now I know there wasn't a week 7. I know it wasn't a week 7. But y'all gotta understand, your boy been through it. Last Wednesday, I buried my father. Y'all know I talked about that the week before that. And then y'all know I'm still dealing. I got a whole baby now, a whole little baby here, a little person. And she's home now. So man, shout out to Leia Lee. She's home, keeping me and her mama up all the time. So let's get to it. I got a chance to watch some good football this last weekend. I watched some good football while I was holding the baby at the hospital. So couple things. First, let's get to, let's do it. Y'all know how I do it. Let me get myself on the screen here so you can see your boy, because y'all came here to see me. Let's get to it. Let's do a recap of week 7. First of all, Prairie View A&M. Hey Panthers, season's over. I know we got plenty of games left, but the season's over. I don't see us winning out to make the SWAC West competitive. It was a lot of hype on the hype train this year. We thought Lucas Coley was gonna be that guy. Hell, we thought Cam Peters was gonna be that guy. None of them were the guy. Not one. Um, the Grambling win. The Grambling win. 5 overtimes. Great. Only to lose to Pine Bluff. Now let me preface this. Let me go ahead and say this. I'm not looking at the Pine Bluff loss as like this detrimental, like this thing where like we lost to a team we shouldn't have lost to. Pine Bluff is not a bad team. They are better than what their record shows. Okay, they're better than what their record shows. Makai Higgins, shout out to Makai, played football here in St. Louis at Cardinal Ritter College Prep. Uh, Shout out to him, and he's having a hell of a game in the SWAC this year. Um, Giovanni Gibson, my guy, literally, like I would, if you tell me that at the end of the season he's not the offensive player of the year, you're gonna have to make a damn good case of who really is, because he is that guy. You're talking about averaging almost 180 yards a game, and so shout out to the Golden Lions for pretty much ending Prairie View season. My other school, my other alma mater, Tennessee State. It was homecoming at TSU. Big win against Eastern Illinois. Uh, they currently hold second place in the Big South OVC, uh, behind Southeast Missouri State. So, TSU has not won a OVC championship since 1999. So, 25 years. It's no time like the present, guys. Let's make it happen. And we got to talk about TSU game this week, but I'm gonna hold. Just give me a couple minutes. And I'm gonna get to that. I would be remiss to not talk about the L's, since you all see my record up here. The L's that happened in week 6. Before we even get to week 7, the L's that were taken during week 6, y'all. Alabama. Whoo, Alabama. Huh. They rolled damn tied y'all ass right out of Nashville, didn't they? Yeah, buddy. Shout out to Vanderbilt. You know, I'm notoriously rooting for all the underdogs all the time. That's the thing that my dad always used to tell me. He always rooted for the underdog. And I I'm not gonna say I love Bama. I love my nephew. You know, shout out to Miles McVay down in Alabama, but I was rooting for Vandy too. I wanted Vandy to win that game, and I'm glad they did. Who I was not rooting for was Texas A&M the same week when they beat the brakes off Mizzou. Like, Mizzou, what did y'all do to them? Like, Aggies fans, 12th man, let me know. What did Mizzou do to you for you to beat them like that? Like, was it personal? Because it looked personal. It looked like y'all had big beef. So, yeah, Mizzou, I'm not gonna say the hype is gone, because you still have the opportunity to make the college football playoff. But yeah, if y'all play like that, y'all won't make it long. I really don't think you're gonna make it at all, to be honest. You know, I just think that's what it is. But let's get to the record that's on the screen. In the HBCU realm, I am 80-27. Now, that's not those 27 losses. You know, week 6 and week 6 had a lot of games that I picked as wins that should have remained wins. But who expected Clark Atlanta to lose to Savannah State? Nobody. Who expected who else lost that week that I wasn't expecting? Oh man, I can't think off the top of my head. But there were some losses in week 6 that I was not expecting. I don't think anybody was. Same thing in the FBS realm. Going into week 6, I only had 5 losses. I went 1-4 in picks. I was not expecting some of the losses. You know, Tennessee. I didn't expect the whole SEC to basically implode in one weekend. I don't think anybody did. For Tennessee, Alabama, and Mizzou all to lose in one weekend, nobody picked that. If you did, you're lying. I'm just gonna put it to you like that. So let's get to the games of this week. My top HBCU games of the week. Woo-wee, it's a hellified slate. First, it's homecoming in Washington, D.C., and Howard hosts Tennessee State University. Howard, I know, uh, I know this was gonna. If the AOB was coming, I'd be a little bit more excited. But Howard, I think this is gonna be good for y'all. I know TSU travels really well. I'm gonna be real with you; they travel really well, especially to that one random HBCU game of the year uh, that provides not just the football experience but the party. Because down at Big Blue Country, we like to party, and so TSU is coming deep. I'm going to be honest though, Howard, I think you picked the wrong team at the wrong time for your homecoming. Yes, you're coming off a win, but I think Draylon Ellis has TSU rolling. I'm seeing maturity on both sides of the ball. Shout out to Karate Brinson, wide receiver at Tennessee State from right here in St. Louis. I watched him in back-to-back weeks go out there and make some stellar catches and change the momentum of the game in his receiving. Like the fact that there was no drops, the fact that he was out there making big plays at the right time, and it put TSU in a scoring position multiple times. Howard, I think you're in trouble. And that TSU defense is not taking prisoners right now. They're just rolling everybody over. So y'all got a lot of L's this year. Hopefully, I'm the one win that I want you to have at Howard is Kamala. That's the one win I want you to have. Because I know Diddy would normally be at homecoming, and it's about to get ugly. So no Diddy and no win for Howard this weekend. I'm picking Tennessee State big. The SWAC East and the West, it's people will not say that they're going to be decided this week, but honestly, I feel like this. The winner of both of these games in the SWAC East and the SWAC West will represent their division in the SWAC championship in December. I don't see them imploding and falling. So first we'll talk about the Wild Wild West, and that's Alcorn State versus Southern for homecoming in Baton Rouge. I'm going to be honest. Southern, I actually like you for this game. I do like you to put up a great fight. I really do. And shout out to Keisha Kelly. Shout out to Keisha McNair. Well, it's Keisha Bird. I don't know. I don't know why her name on Facebook, but Keisha, Dr. Bird, and Keisha Kelly. I love y'all. Shout out to Southern, but y'all not gonna win this game. Y'all not. Offensively, you just don't have it. And Xavier Vaughn at Alcorn has them rolling. The Big Bad Braves, the team that everybody was like, what did Alcorn have? Even I was like, what did Alcorn show over the summer that allowed them to go from a team that was probably in the middle of the pack to be predicted as the SWAC West champions? And sure enough, they're undefeated in conference play. The Big Bad Braves. Shout out to GSPN. Bro, you called it. You called it. I'm going to give you your flowers now. You called it. Xavier Vaughn showed everybody that he's that guy down there. And I'm going to be real. He's leading the conference in rushing. I think he's second in passing yards. It's a hell of a season, especially if you know Xavier Vaughn's story. I actually was able to follow this young man last year before he got to Alcorn when he was at Lincoln University in Missouri on a winless team playing in a very tough conference. And his head coach, Jermaine Gales, became the OC at Alcorn, and he came to Alcorn with them. And, man, they are making moves down on the reservation. So shout out to Alcorn State. I think they win at Southern's homecoming. And if I predict the score, I'm going to say 38-16 Alcorn. Okay, 38-16 Alcorn. And in the East, You got JSU, those mighty Tigers. Yeah, the. I really hate when they do that, y'all. It's just my own preference, but it's Jackson State University and Florida A&M in the Veterans Memorial Stadium, Jackson, Mississippi. This game is going to be nationally televised on ESPNU. I think this game is a toss-up. You got the amazing running game of Jackson State, the passing of Florida A&M. Daniel Richardson is definitely doing what he has to do. Defense is going to determine this one, and by the looks of it, I think FAMU just has it a little better. I think FAMU defense is going to be better. Now, they're going to have to show up that front seven for the running attack of Jackson State, but I think they pull it together. And we know FAMU can score fast and a lot. So I'm picking FAMU to win this game. Making it close, though. I'm thinking 24-20 FAMU in Jackson. Let's get to all the rest of my HBCU picks of the week. So we got a new GLVC matchup as Lincoln is in the conference. They're facing another team that's new in the conference, the Upper Iowa Peacocks. I wouldn't have went to the school, first of all, because of the fact that our mascot was a peacock. But hell, I didn't know that there was a such thing as Upper Iowa. I normally would just pick, you know what? I'm not going to change it. I'm picking Upper Iowa because Lincoln, I just don't, after beating Lincoln, California, which I don't consider a real win, hey, Upper Iowa. Tennessee State and Howard, I told you already, TSU wins that game. It's G-Ho. Hampton is visiting North Carolina A&T for the random HBCUs who don't want to be in predominantly black conferences. Obviously, with TSU has been there, but these two schools were in the MEAC. Left to go to the Colonial Athletic Association, who switched their name to Coastal because they now had two HBCUs in their conference, and that seemed racist. Hampton is traveling to G-Ho. Hampton's going to win this game because A&T is horrible right now. Horrible. Y'all enjoy all the parties. Shout out to my girl Nia, a member of Zeta Phi Beta. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday. And I know she loves her Aggie Pride, but she's not going to be celebrating Aggie Pride this weekend because they're going to take that big L. Down in the SIAC, Miles at Clark Atlanta. This right here is, guys, this is the preview of the SIAC championship game. I think this is what's going to happen. I think these two schools will still finish 1 and 2 in the SIAC, and I'm picking Miles College. Now, I know y'all going to be like, Grimes, how could you pick Miles when Clark Atlanta has played so well all season? I'm going to tell you why. Miles College is going to rely on what they've always relied on, defense. And if you look at Clark Atlanta's 5-1-1 record, every win was short, the small margin, very close games. And don't get me wrong, I think Teddy Keaton is doing an amazing job at Clark Atlanta. If you would have told me last year that Clark Atlanta would be neck and neck for first place in the SIAC, I would tell you you're out your damn mind. Just like I probably would have said you was out your damn mind for them to have red turf. But hell, I guess even every something. Hell, I don't even know what to say right there because I wouldn't have picked it. But I'm picking Miles, and I'm picking Miles, which would knock Clark Atlanta out of contention for the SIAC championship game. Prove me wrong, Clark. I'm picking Miles for the safe pick. This is about my record, not yours. I'm picking Miles for the safe pick. But Clark, hey, prove me wrong. Shit. It is what it is. Next game, Kentucky State at Tuskegee. Oh, that takes me back to the Gateway Classic years ago. Tuskegee. Morehouse at Albany State. Albany State, a Morehouse. Y'all need to do one or two things. Either put some of that millions of dollars that y'all always get every year in donations, put some of that money into your athletics program, or give up athletics and just be an academic school. Just do it. I understand that you are a private school, that academics is more important than athletics. I'm an educator. I know, student then athlete. But getting y'all asses beat every weekend is not what's up. Y'all have not won since John David Washington was a Maroon Tiger. Tuskegee. Albany State. Next one, we got South Carolina State at Fort Valley State. I don't know how this I don't know why this matchup is so late in the season. I guess maybe the MEAC schools are still looking for games to fill in. South Carolina State is going to win big. Chennisberry has them rolling. Go Bulldogs. Central State at Lane. Central State. Savannah State at Edward Waters. Savannah State. Benedict at Allen. I'm going to go with Benedict. Winston in the CIAA. Winston-Salem State at Livingstone. Winston-Salem State. Bluefield State at Bowie State. Bowie State. Shaw at Johnson C. Smith. Hey, Fred. Coach Flowers, I'm talking to you, bro. Run it up on them. Let everybody know that Johnson C. Smith is not just the best in the CIAA this year. They might be the best in Division II. They might be the best. I'm looking for a national championship, and I really hope that you can bring that to Johnson C. Smith, one of the oldest HBCU programs in the country. The very first HBCU game was played between Biddle College and Livingstone College. Biddle College became Johnson C. Smith University. Coach Flowers, Golden Bulls, make it happen. Now we get to the swag. Bethune-Cookman versus Mississippi Valley, the loser bowl. The 0-6er, the somebody has to win game. Both teams are 0-6. And I'm rooting for Valley. I am picking Mississippi Valley. Not because I don't like Bethune-Cookman. I do tell you that if I hear Let's Go Wildcats one more time, I'm going to probably, go play in traffic. But I'm rooting for Valley. Arkansas Pine Bluff goes to Grambling. I think it's homecoming at Grambling. Pine Bluff looked good last week. And I think they're going to continue to look good. They have the motivation now. They understand that they can what they can do offensively. Defense has a lot to work on. But Grambling offense, it was all hype at the beginning of the season, but it's just not there. So I'm actually picking Pine Bluff to beat Grambling. FAMU and Jackson State, we talked about them already. And Alcorn State and Southern, we talked about them already. So those are my picks in the HBCU rounds. Let's go to Power 4. Y'all see the top 25 right there. Texas up top, Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, Alabama, LSU, Iowa State, and Clemson in your top 10. Mizzou, I think they are number 19 right now. Illinois still in there. And shout out to Army and Navy being ranked. Hey, shout out to the good brother right there. Appreciate you for tuning in past this week. Power 4 games of the week. My first Power 4 game of the week is Alabama and Tennessee. 5-1 Alabama, ranked number 7, against number 11 Tennessee, who's also 5-1. Alabama struggled last week. They lost the week before. It's going to be a close game, but I have a feeling that Alabama will win this game. So I'm rolling with Alabama. Tennessee, the hype is leaving, and I think people are realizing that the hype is leaving. I noticed it. It's a lot of things going wrong offensively, and they just need to fix that before they can continue. They looked really good against Oklahoma a couple weeks ago, but they're not consistent. Game number 2, Miami and Louisville. I'm picking Louisville. It's about damn time Miami lose. The refs have helped them, and it seems like the ACC commissioner is literally back there calling the refs like, "Hey, if they lose, we won't have a team in the playoffs, so we need Miami to stay undefeated." But I think Louisville actually will dispel that, and because the ACC will get a automatic bid anyway, so whoever the champion is will get a bid. Uh, so I'm picking Louisville. Michigan and Illinois. This was a rough week for picking games. Honestly, I could care less who wins between Michigan and Illinois, but I pick 5 games every week for a nice round number. Pick 5 games every week for the Power Four, and so Michigan and Illinois. I'm going with Illinois, and that's solely a kind of at-home pick. Uh, I just think Illinois might be trending upwards, and Michigan is trending downwards. Shout out to Sharon Moore. You know, there's no better feeling as a black man to take over a job and then start losing and have everybody at your neck. Um, Even though you're not the real reason why they're going down. Um, but that's for a conversation for another day. Maybe y'all need to tune in to Ethnic-ish and more and let me talk about that when I be on my soapbox. Right now, I'm talking about football. Auburn and Missouri. Y'all can look at Auburn's record at 2-4 and know that I could care less if Auburn is in this game. But again, it was a tough week of picks. Auburn and Missouri. It's homecoming at Mizzou. Mizgou. I did that for my wife, y'all. Missouri wins big. It's not going to be pretty though. Auburn is going to hold a lead. And I think Auburn holds a lead for quite a bit in this game, and not multiple quarters, but at least a full quarter. Auburn will be up by 7 to 10 points, and Mizzou will storm back through with their offense. Uh, they're just not. They're not clicking on all cylinders right now. They like to play from behind. Pause. And but unfortunately, that's just Mizzou football right now. And the game of the week in Power Four is Georgia and Texas. And as I said last night on Ethnic-ish and more, Georgia, for the first time in 50 games, you're the underdog in the game. And I normally root for the underdog. Not this time. Texas wins this one. And I think it'll be close. I'm thinking Texas by 3, maybe 7. But Texas just has depth. There's depth. When you have a quarterback like Quinn Ewers, only to have Arch Manning sitting behind him, that's literally like having, Joe Montana, or that. For some of my younger viewers, that's like literally having like Mike Vick as your starting quarterback, only to have somebody like Cam Newton backing him up, or vice versa. You know, that's how good both of these guys are. Both future first round picks. So I'm picking Texas. My top 5 for the week. Y'all know it's almost that time. My top 5 for the week. South Carolina State is my number 5 team. Hey, South Carolina State, numerous big wins. They defeated Tennessee Tech, and I actually picked Tech to win. Chennis Berry has South Carolina State playing great football. I expected this to be kind of like a rebuilding year, getting those Benedict players who transferred with Coach Berry to South Carolina State, kind of, seeing how they would fit and see how that would go. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going. I honestly think that they will compete for the MEAC title, and I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if they upset North Carolina Central. I'm calling it now. I think that South Carolina State has the defense to upset upset North Carolina Central. At the 4th spot, we have the Alcorn State Braves. I'm riding high with Xavier Vaughn, man. I'm riding high with Xavier Vaughn. I know a lot of people feel that Jackson State should probably be in my top 5, but they're not there. They're like number 6. They're number 6 right now. Alcorn State is my number 4. Number 3, the Rattlers. FAMU, you're as long as you maintain your passing game the way you've had this season and last season, you're undefeated against other HBCUs. Your 2 losses, Miami and Troy, and nobody's going to hold FBS losses against you. I think you continue down that path, and I easily see you returning to the SWAC title game. I can't guarantee a SWAC title win, but I think you return to the SWAC title game. I'd be shocked if there is another team in the SWAC championship from the East that's not FAMU. Number 2, Tennessee State. Man, some big wins these last couple weeks. You got Eastern Illinois, big win. Charleston Southern, come from behind win. Lindenwood, come from behind win. That's big. That's big. You're holding it down individually, the number 2 spot in the Big South OVC. And number 1 in OVC still has to come see you. You got to play SEMO. And so I really think this could be TSU's year. And I would love to see TSU in the playoffs representing the Big South OVC, but, they got to take care of business this week against Howard, even though that's not a conference game. Let me put this in the air. Scheduling in the last couple of years has kind of been really weird for Tennessee State. Tennessee State is obviously known to play quite a few SWAC opponents with the recent history of playing Valley, Jackson State, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. When I was in undergrad, playing Alabama A&M, playing Alabama State, playing Southern, playing FAMU every year, and they weren't SWAC then, but they're SWAC now. But in the last 2 seasons, TSU has played Norfolk State. TSU has played Howard. And they'll play Howard again next season when Howard travels to TSU for homecoming. Could TSU be gauging to see fan interest in joining the MEAC? It's a wild theory. Because I don't see TSU fans driving to Dover or driving to Baltimore for the Morgan or Delaware State games. But if there is some super conference people out there, I know I watched a video a couple weeks ago about the talks of a super conference. Norfolk, South Carolina State, Howard, TSU. Could we see them join the schools in the South? It's just something to think about. And the number 1 team of the week for the 4th time this season, the North Carolina Central Eagles. Now, I'm going to tell you, I really struggled at putting them number 1 just because they put all these points on Virginia University of Lynchburg. I told y'all to stop playing them. I've said it numerous times. Stop playing VUL. The risk is too high for your players to get injured to play a team for stats. Because that's what this is. It's a stat game. It's a money game for them. It's not worth it. Let them grow. Let them try to build themselves a program against Division II opponents. But you scheduling them is not a good look. It is not good for your strength of schedule. It's not good for your fans to see you beat up on somebody and then y'all lose the next week to a team that you're like, well, we just beat up on somebody last week. Well, how do we lose to them? That's what I'm talking about. So with that being said, I'm a little over my time. It's been a great time here at Past Masters Picks, presented by Ethnic Ish and More. I want to thank y'all Ashy Asses for tuning in, staying with me the entire time. I appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Watch some games this weekend. Tap in with your boy. Hey, if you see something, if you like, hey, Sarah, do you see I got to pick wrong? Talk your shit. Because y'all know I'm going to be right here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, talking my shit about college football. It's the Past Master hollering at y'all. It's the picks for the week. Y'all be easy.